Since I follow the exact words that Joe Dispenza shares in these books, I've manifested more than $700,000 and unexpected money, new business opportunities, new investment opportunities are flowing to me all the time. And that's why in today's video I reveal the 7 sentences Joe Dispenza shared that completely transformed my financial reality, how to use a deep understanding of the quantum model to jump timelines, and what you absolutely must leave behind you if you ever want to enjoy the financial freedom you have always dreamed of. And keep in mind that missing out on only one of these 7 sentences might suffocate your manifestation before it can materialize. Now please allow me to make a really bold statement. And that's that meditating alone is not enough to change your life. Does that mean that I'm against meditation? Of course not. I went to 3 week-long advanced retreats from Joe Dispenza. I'm doing his meditations every day. And yet I know that meditation is just one part of the manifestation process, because meditation is a powerful tool to influence your reality by going into the imaginal act. But if you don't change your life in a multitude of ways, you'll only scratch on the surface. As much as I love listening to Joe Dispenza screaming, "Feel it in your heart, feel it in your brain, that's energy," I just have to admit that manifesting large sums of money is about more than that, and even the universe has to admit that. I just can't deny it, I can't deny it. This leads us to the first sentence that I want to share with you today that completely transformed my financial reality and that allowed me to manifest more than $700,000. Here's what Joe Dispenza says in his book Becoming Supernatural. You are continuously keeping your life the same because you are keeping your attention and your energy the same. That's why I now want to ask you, are you meditating with Joe Dispenza's meditations every day, but you are keeping your life the same? Then nothing will change in your life and your bank account statement also won't change. And that's why I now want to share my very personal attention and energy checklist with you that I created for myself at the beginning of my abundance manifestation journey. Do I pay attention to the news, reality TV, and other negative content? Do I allow negative people to suck the energy out of me by spending too much time with them? Do I focus my attention on all the things I can't afford yet, instead of the things I can already afford? Do I blindly feel any limiting feelings that I randomly experience during the day, or do I use my energy to feel empowering feelings? Do I focus my attention on the negative thoughts my mind feeds me, or do I actively focus my attention on changing these limiting thoughts? In fact, in the very first coaching session of my 8-week one-on-one coaching program, the Abundance Reality Shift Coaching Program, we're going to bring all your limiting beliefs and perceptions in regards to money to the surface, and we then transform them into empowering beliefs so that your paradigm can shift. And that's why I invite you to be honest with yourself, to go through this checklist and to answer these questions honestly. I mean, yes, you can lie to yourself, but you cannot lie to the universe. You cannot lie to me, I know everything. So actively guide your attention and your energy towards abundance, and more abundance will flow to you. Now I'm going to share something with you that will most likely not surprise you. Joe Dispenza is the reason why I'm a certified hypnotist. It was Joe Dispenza's work and my own journey of manifesting that inspired me to dive deep into the subconscious mind. In fact, when I discovered Joe Dispenza's teachings and meditations in the year 2020, I was bedridden with severe nerve damage where every doctor told me it won't heal anymore. I was barely getting by, making $1,000 a month. And I was a, we could say, physical and spiritual and emotional mess. And today, I'm making more than $30,000 a month. I'm in the relationship of my dreams. I'm living my dream life. And I fully healed my body despite every doctor telling me that it's impossible, all because of hypnosis. You are a pig. I'm a ham steak, oink oink. And the power of hypnosis leads us to the second sentence that I want to share with you, which you can find in his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. All someone has to do in order to be hypnotized, or to hypnotize him or herself, is to move down from high or mid-range beta waves into a more relaxed alpha and theta state. Thus, meditation and self-hypnosis are similar. Yes, you have this power. You have this power within you. You can guide yourself into a deep self-hypnosis, but you can't just listen to a Joe Dispenza meditation passively and then expect your bank account to grow. The universe needs your undivided attention, your intention, your energy, and your commitment in order to send you all the signs, synchronicities, direct downloads, ideas, and mental nudges that will inevitably lead you to a more abundant financial reality. So don't just press play on a tuning into new potentials meditation or a synchronizing your energy to abundance meditation and expect your life to change. Changing your life is an active process, so here's what I invite you to do. Fully immerse yourself into nothingness, actively connect with your heart and activate your heart. Intensely see the pictures of your abundant future. Profoundly feel the elevated emotions that draw this abundant future to you. That's how you turn every meditation that you do on your own and every hypnosis that we do together in my 8-week one-on-one coaching program into such a powerful force of nature that the universe just has to send you all the signs and synchronicities that then eventually guide you to your abundant dream life. And you can't expect your reality to change when you continue to think like a human being. That's why it is helpful to be a German robot without any feelings. Yeah, but that's the issue with you Germans, you just can't feel. Okay, being German might not be that beneficial for manifesting, but thinking like the universe is. Because when I embarked on my journey of manifesting abundance, I was convinced, and I wanted it to happen that way, that I would get all the abundance I desired through my once struggling business. I was so overly focused on it, and what other option was there for me? Well, an unlimited number of options. And while I was thinking all the time that the money has to come to me through this one struggling business and more product sales in this one struggling business, the universe, that's the universe, had completely different plans for me. I have some new business ideas for you and unexpected money. But the only reason why the universe was able to send me all these business ideas, all these synchronicities, all these signs, unexpected money, was because I eventually understood and fully embraced the quantum model of reality. And this leads us directly to the next sentence that I want to share with you, which you can find in Joe Dispenza's book, You Are the Placebo. The quantum model, which states that all possibilities exist in the present moment, is your key to using the placebo effect for healing. And yes, I used this principle to heal my body from severe nerve damage where every doctor told me that it's impossible to heal. But I also used this principle to manifest more than $700,000. And this principle could be summed up as non-ego-based openness to all possibilities. And here's exactly what I mean by that. Your ego is often blocking the flow of abundance or anything that you want to manifest. And here are some very practical examples for you that I experienced with coaching clients. I'll never go to a doctor again. You are free to make this choice, but what if the universe guides you over and over again to a very specific doctor, which would then lead to the path of least resistance to your desired healing? I won't ever start a business. But what if the universe leads you to the perfect business idea that will provide you with way more abundance than you can possibly imagine, while at the same time it will be fun and easy for you? I don't need help from others. But what if the universe orchestrates an unexpected meeting with somebody who can easily give you advice or give you mentorship in a way that allows you to double or even triple your income in just a couple of weeks? Will you accept help or not? Here's the truth. As a truly abundant person, you have to drop your ego and stay open to all possibilities, because there's an infinite number of possibilities in the quantum field, and the universe knows which ones are right for you. And now that you have embraced the fact that there are an infinite number of possibilities in the quantum field, it's time to stop being normal. Yay! I'm serious. You've been normal all your life, or maybe not, but anyway, now it's time to stop being normal, because who do you think is better at manifesting? Normal Norman, who watches all the same TV shows that so many people love to watch that are all about murder and betrayal and death, or complaining Caroline, who's always complaining about the state of the economy, or angry Amelie, who already starts her day by screaming at the coffee machine and driving, screaming at everybody and honking at everybody, or relaxed Renate, who drives like hooks in the Police Academy movies. In fact, I drive like hooks. If you ever see me in a car, you will see this. La 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 loo, lee loo, lee loo, lee loo, hello. And this leads us to a powerful sentence that Joe Dispenza shared in his book, Evolve Your Brain. To leave behind what is considered normal amidst social convention and to create a new mind requires being an individual. Do you really think I would have been able to manifest $700,000 if I had done what is considered normal? It's normal to complain about the economy. It's normal to blame the government or competitors for your lack of success. It's normal to be impatient, irritated, and short-tempered. Here's what I do instead. I open my heart every day and I smile at people. I watch TV shows and movies that make me laugh. I take full responsibility for the reality I'm experiencing. I create my own economy, no matter how bad the economy in Caesar's world might be. That's not considered normal, but that's exactly how I and my amazing clients were able to manifest incredibly abundant lives. And if you go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/abundance, or you click on the first link in the description, you can find out more about their success stories, you can watch countless testimonials, and you can also find out more about the special bonus session that you receive for free for joining this month. Now, what if I told you that the world you live in is not really the world you live in? Huh? You might be convinced that the world is structured in a certain way and that the world behaves to you in a certain way, but it's all an illusion. And I don't just want to prove it to you with Joe Dispenza's words, but also with what Neville Goddard said in Resurrection. Your subconscious impressions determine the conditions of your world. Your feelings create the pattern from which your world is fashioned, and a change of feeling is a change of pattern. The world doesn't act and react in the same way towards everybody. You make the world, and yes, that's the beautiful world here, you make the world react and act towards you in a certain way with your thoughts and feelings, which then create your inner state. If you believe that the world is a hostile place, you will experience hostility. If you believe that only those who are born into wealthy families will ever have the chance to be wealthy, then that is what you create for yourself. And yes, even though it's highly controversial, I want to share example number 3 with you, because I had many clients who suffered from this belief and who then overcame it and completely transformed their realities. If you believe that you will struggle more to become wealthy, or it's impossible for you to become wealthy because of your gender or your skin color, then this is what you will receive. And I know it's controversial for me as a white dude to say this, but I had several coaching clients who, before they started working with me, had all kinds of experiences with sexism and racism. And once they then went through this transformation process, this internal transformation process, the world reacted to them completely differently. And Neville Goddard described this beautifully in Your Faith is Your Fortune. Stop trying to change the world, since it is only the mirror. Man's attempt to change the world by force is as fruitless as breaking a mirror in the hope of changing his face. Leave the mirror and change your face. Leave the world alone and change your conceptions of yourself. The reflection then will be satisfactory. Joe Dispenza also encourages us to change our understanding of the world. So here is the next of the 7 sentences, and you can find it in his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Always, in order to change, we have to come to a new understanding of self and the world, so that we can embrace new knowledge and have new experiences. I was born with a congenital heart defect, and I had several heart surgeries in my life, as a baby and as a teenager. My twin brother died during birth. So from a young age I was convinced subconsciously that the world was a hostile place, and that because the world is a hostile place, it will be impossible for me to succeed. So in order for me to succeed, I had to completely change my perception of the world I'm living in. That's why I created a new list of expectations. I live in an abundant world. I'm in love with life and with the world. I'm destined to achieve success in this world. The people in this world are kind and loving to me. Eventually, I created my own world, and I mastered living in it and manifesting in it. But if you continue to believe about money what TV shows, movies, and the news tell us, you will stay broke until you leave your physical body. And that's why I invite you to do a little exercise. I invite you to think about all the movies that you've watched in the last 10 years, where one of the main characters was really rich. In the last 10 years, I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. Okay, maybe not for the last 10 years, but really think about the last couple of movies that you've watched. If the rich person in the movie was a good person or an evil person. And when I did this exercise, when I really thought about all the movies I had watched, the only movie I could think of where the rich person was actually a good person was 17 again. And in this movie, the rich person is displayed as a complete idiot. In all the other movies that I could think of, the rich person, the multi-millionaire, the billionaire was always evil. Whereas in reality, I know that this is simply not the case. And don't you think that at some point your subconscious mind will do this? Wait a moment, I don't want to be evil. And boom, there goes your money. And this leads us to the next sentence that I want to share with you, which you can find in Joe Dispenza's book, Becoming Supernatural. We are confined in our lives only by the limits of our own beliefs. So what do you believe about money? Money is the root of all evil. Money is hard to get. Money is freedom. Only the last of the 3 beliefs I mentioned will lead you to abundance. And that's why I invite you to do this. Step 1. Write down all your negative and limiting beliefs about money. Step 2. Rephrase them into positive and empowering beliefs about money. Step 3. Study these new beliefs about money every day. There's just one problem. You might not even be consciously aware of the limiting beliefs that are blocking you the most and that keeping your abundant dream life that you want to manifest far, far away from you. They might be hidden deep in your subconscious mind. And that's why in week number 1 of my 8-week one-on-one coaching program, the Abundance Reality Shift Coaching Program, we're going to bring these limiting beliefs to the surface so that we can then transform them into empowering beliefs. Now there's just one more thing left to say, and it's based on something that a famous actor with a very similar accent as mine once said on a podcast. And you know who I'm talking about. Put that cookie down, now! The host of the podcast asked the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger why he's still working out at 75, and here's what he replied. For the same reason as why I had breakfast today. I had breakfast yesterday. I had breakfast 10 years ago. Why am I still having breakfast? Working out is a part of his life. In the same way I and the universe, hello, have the goal to make you fall in love with manifesting. And yes, that little fella is manifesting so much that you want to meditate and affirm and manifest every single day. And this leads us to the last of the 7 sentences from Joe Dispenza that I want to share with you. And this sentence can be found in his book, Evolve Your Brain. Instead, these mavericks sat down every day and began to reinvent themselves. Manifesting has to become as natural for you as eating breakfast, or if you don't eat breakfast, as brushing your teeth. I'm very confident that you do that every day. So be a maverick and you will be able to do things that for 99% of people are completely impossible. That's when you will manifest your dreams. That's when you will draw your abundant dream life to you. When your life will be full of opportunities and the financial freedom to do whatever you want. And if you're ready to work with me one-on-one on manifesting this level of financial freedom, then I invite you to go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/abundance or to click on the first link in the description to find out more about my 8-week one-on-one coaching program, the Abundance Reality Shift Coaching Program. And on this page, you can watch countless video testimonials from previous coaching clients. You can have a look at what awaits you in each of the individual coaching sessions. And you can also have a look at what awaits you in the very special bonus coaching session that you receive for free for joining this month. Now, what if I told you that I was not only able to manifest a net worth of more than $700,000, but I also manifested a consistent monthly income of $30,000 and more. And if you're ready to find out exactly how I accomplished this with Joe Dispenza's meditations, you can watch this video next.